Hello, welcome to Patch. I'm your host, Paul James. Today I'm joined by Matto Phillips. How are you, mate? I had a stroke.
Oh, no. that almost went bad.
I just nearly...
Almost forgot how to speak.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk in the last few days, but that didn't go so well. So, it's getting to the pointy end of the year. This is where games start coming out in ridiculous amounts. And with all the delays and stuff for the last 18 months, we're starting to see kind of the floodgates crack open a little bit. And they all seem to be coming at the same time. So what we thought, rather than doing a really highbrow topic and all that sort of stuff, really impress you with all our wonderful knowledge, we're going to sit back and talk about the games that are looking pretty cool for the back end of the year.
Knowledge? What's this knowledge you talk about?
Sorry, rumours and speculation and predictions that never come true.
Ah, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So the floodgates kind of crack open a little bit this week with Hades coming across to PlayStation and Xbox. And it's just a slippery slope from there with tons and tons of games coming out. So we'd kind of go through some of the stuff that both of us are most anticipating for the rest of the year. We're not going to talk about every single game because that would be ridiculous, and there's a lot of them, though I come pretty close. So we'll just kind of dive into it, and if there'll be some games that we probably have in common, there'll be some games that we might have missed. Shout them out in the comments if that's the case. Abuse one of us on Twitter if we forgot your favourite game. I can tell you what sort of response you'll get.
Favourite game.
Flipping you off.
Favourite game.
But your most anticipated game for the remainder of the year. But yeah, Matto, you've already declared and outlined that you've clearly got a smaller list than you do, and I mean you said you got 11 titles. I think I've got about 11 for September alone. So you can maybe get this ball rolling, and again, if there's any crossover, we'll dive into some of these games in a bit more depth.
Well, I say clearly, considering that you only have 11 for September, and I've got what's that, 1, 2,
didn't you say 11
4.
overall? Oh, you got 4
overall.
Yeah, right.
4. But we'll start in August because that's where we are. Just one game.
Actually, before we even dive into that, the things change a little bit for you now that you've got your Xbox and obviously Game Pass. Is that a big game changer for you in terms of some of the games that you might go off and play now? Because like I mentioned, Hades, that's Game Pass. There's
plus some of the others. Plus some of the other games.
Yeah.
Which it does now, but especially since a lot of them from the E3 presentation are coming to Games Pass.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
So, and all those
I'll be curious.
PlayStation fanboys.
Yeah.
They're going, oh, you have to pay $15 a month. We play $80 a year. Yes, for your 2 free games a month, and you can play in half the time because they're shit.
Well, this month's kind of shit, but the recent months have been amazing. But
you get one of them, and then 2 years later you get your first party game that came out, while Xbox gets it day one.
I'm going to keep count as you go through your list of the number of Game Pass games that you mention here.
Not as many as you think.
We'll see.
Possibly.
There might be something you didn't realise.
Let's say get your pen ready now, because the first one is 12 minutes, which comes out in less than a week.
Like a week away. Yeah.
Week away, so I'm excited for that. I was excited for it when it got presented at E3, and see if my attention span lasts longer than 12 minutes. Who knows?
It's a pretty cool looking game. That was actually one of the ones on my list as well. 12 minutes looks sweet.
It does, and hopefully, it'll be exciting, I presume, and then we'll talk about it next month in our patched updates. And then we get to September, and I think like half the games on here I can't play anyway because I don't have a PlayStation 5, but they look good. First one is Deathloop.
Yeah, I was going to say then
which we have talked about in the past,
and will eventually come to Game Pass.
Which will eventually. When? Who knows?
About a year, I guess.
But yeah, it looks good, but don't know how excited I'll be for it because it does, like I said, looks a bit Dishonored-y because it's made by the same people who made Dishonored. But I think the plan of this game is to kill them. Wherein I think Dishonored, where you have to do the stealthy sneak around, do your best to not get noticed. But this one, I think it's just all guns blazing. So that might change my mind.
Yeah, it's kind of roguelite as well, in the sense like there's some procedural bits and pieces to an extent. You also want to kind of, the whole goal is to take out the however many people it was in one run. So you might get through the first person, fail with the second person, so you have to rewind back to the beginning and then take out that first person, work out the way to be the most efficient with the second. Kind of a Returnally sort of model as well.
Yeah.
So maybe not as soul-destroyingly hard.
No. But as I said, I could be excited for it, but like I said, don't have PS5. And honestly, since Horizon's been delayed, I'm in no rush to get one anytime soon. Then we go on to the next game, which is one you told me about last month, and it just instantly said, I want to play it.
I know what this is.
I'm pretty sure it's been delayed as well, or it might not have been. Possibly. I don't know. Skatebird, yes.
It got delayed to September. It was meant to come out this month. It got delayed.
Okay.
So it got delayed a month.
Right.
So your new date is the right date. September 16th.
So yeah. Skatebird. As dumb as it sounds, when you said Skatebird, I thought to my head, surely it's not a game where you skate as a bird. And would you believe it? It is. And I am all for that.
And you fell in love with it. Was that Game Pass?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
I think so. Not that I'm aware of.
I'll double check that one while you're talking, because
yes,
it's coming to Xbox.
I don't know. As I say, it's probably not going to be as good as other skating games, but who cares? You're a bird. As long as you get to change the look of your bird, then I'll be happy.
Yeah, it's coming to Game Pass.
Oh, it comes to Game Pass. Yeah, put that on the list as well. Then go on.
Tick.
That's 2. So yeah, there's another game for me to play. Jeez, I'm not going to be buying any games for the rest of the year at this rate.
It's pretty sweet. Welcome to Xbox.
I did not put Hades down, which is because it was already out on other consoles, so I didn't really consider putting it down. Then
that's fair.
On the next one is another PlayStation game, I'm pretty sure. One you're looking forward to that has been delayed. Header.
Oh, yes.
Ridge of Spirits.
Yeah, Bridge of Spirits is amazing.
So when I was the same as you, when I first saw the trailer for it, I thought, I want to play this game. Then realised again, no PS5. But look at you, just fancily just
popped a platinum today. So got a drink from my platinum glass.
Oh, what was it?
Not a dodgy platinum this time. I got the Hebroxia 2 platinum on the PS4 early in the year, and I went and played it on the Vita and got it today.
Oh, nice. The old Vita got a run.
Vita got a run. Long live it.
Yeah, so when that comes out, yeah, I look forward to that. Then the next one, I thought about it. I was excited for it. Then things hit the fan, which was Diablo 2 Resurrected. And I thought, yeah, no, we'll put that in the bin.
All right, so real quick talk about that one without delving into the controversy itself, because we've kind of discussed this in the past, do we or don't we, in terms of having an episode about it. And we kind of decided we wouldn't because
we'd agreed. No,
we're just not really experts enough on the matter. We're not close enough to the whole thing to be able to speak with any sort of authority, other than to say, don't be a dick. Like if you're in a position of power in a business, don't be a dick to anyone. And the fact that some of this stuff's happened is horrible, but that's about it. But when it comes to the actual game itself, I guess it kind of opens up a can of worms in terms of like boycotts and all those sort of things, like people refusing to buy games because something horrible might have happened, or people back in the day, I'm not going to buy an EA game because I hate their microtransactions things and all that. And obviously people still kept doing it, and EA made a ton of money. I heard recently,
2K.
And 2K a little bit as well. And I mean, at least in their case, well, to our knowledge anyway, that there's no mistreatment sort of issues going on within their workplace. If that happens, that's just another lens to look at things through. But at this point in time, we don't have that knowledge. But Alana Pierce, so big, profile Aussie journalist in the past and now game developer at Sony Santa Monica. She put up a video the other day where she'd been talking to a whole bunch of people. There was about 12 or 13 people that she'd spoken to that were at Blizzard. And mostly women, because they were the ones at the center of the whole issue in the first place. And a lot of them, about 3/4, 80% of them, were all saying, no, buy the game. Like we understand that there's an ethical statement you might want to make here, but at the same time, if you don't buy the game, like if you want to get this thing and you don't buy it because you're trying to make a stand, okay, sure, ethically you're nice and squeaky clean, but that money is what dictates our incomes and bonuses and all those sorts of things. And some of the people that she interviewed were soon to be mothers and all those sorts of things, and they're all saying no, like if we don't get that bonus, that's a big deal to us and our families. So it was kind of something that made I was initially the same as you, like no, I'm not going to buy it off the back of this.
Yeah, I was having to know about that too. It's like, is it because it's not, the game is not made by the people with the allegations. These are the developers.
Yeah.
It's like two different areas, and I'm just scratching my head like, you cannot buy it.
What's the right thing to do here?
And you're not supporting the developers. If you hate, it's just something you gotta just hate the, CEO or the whatever.
J. Allen Brack, for who got fired or walked away, whatever recently, and some of the others that are making the decision as well. They're the arseholes, but yeah, it's a weird one. It's like you're giving you can't get this right. It's a weird sort of thing where you want to support the developers, but by extension, you're supporting the company that caused the problem.
It's not the company you should be yelling at. It's the people.
Yeah.
Doing it, not the company.
So it's a really tricky rope to walk.
It's like to say with like IGN, and so at sometimes it's not the company, it's
Philip Mewson.
The people.
Plagiarizing reviews. But yeah.
Oh, okay, that's a bit different. But yeah, it's one of those things like, I do want to play it, but then like you say, do you, don't you?
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
I was definitely on the no side until Alana put that out there, and it was a perspective I hadn't seen published anywhere. Everyone was just outraged all the time, and I guess that's what Twitter is. It's usually just people shouting into the void, but it was nice to see her get this other side of the thing, and it's not a contrary thing. It's not one that you go, oh, that's toxic or whatever, but she just straight up said, like, here's people that work there that were probably horribly affected by all this stuff, but they still want you to buy the game. Like, if they're saying that, I'll come around. I'll buy the game.
Like,
we might put a disclaimer on any content that we do on Player 2 for videos and articles.
Here's not don't hate this company. Here's the people you should not be liking.
Yeah.
That's what it should be. But we'll move on from that onto something a bit more enjoyable, heartfelt, which is Far Cry 6. I'll just say one word, or two words actually. Sausage dog.
Chorizo.
That's it. That's all I care about.
That's the best part, that he's named Chorizo. But yeah, I'm in for that alone.
That's it.
I like Far Cry, but it's the dog that got me in.
But if you've played any other Far Cry games, you know it's just going to be the exact same Far Cry game in a different location. That's it.
Yeah, every time.
Every time. They might change a few things here and there. Maybe this time around, they'll actually have a story instead of actually trying to fill up a meter.
Remember this time they've said they're going to be political this time? Like,
not like every time.
You're just not doing you just didn't admit it. And then
like every
as
other
political
time,
as you want to be, and as much as you want to have a serious commentary on stuff, at the same time you're also going around with a gun that shoots CDs at people. Make up your mind, guys.
Whilst playing music. What was the song cover?
The Macarena.
I can't remember. Was it?
Yeah, it was the Macarena, I think.
Okay. And then what's in Far Cry 4? You are the political guy making all the decisions. Yeah. See?
Go figure.
So it's just one game. So you got to go through all the games. It's the same damn thing. Then you'll get abused for going, oh no, it's going to be different. No, it's not. Don't be stupid.
No, it's the same thing.
Don't be silly.
It looks good though.
But then we go on to the next one, which I think we talked about. Same thing. E3, Metroid Dread.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if you can talk more about that later, because I guarantee you that's on your list.
It is on my list.
Probably
firstly,
else I've said
happy 35th birthday, Metroid.
Oh yes,
that was
in the last week. Hey, why is anyone complaining about no Metroid 35th anniversary thing?
People have given up. They know Nintendo
Zelda.
treats Metroid
it's
like
shit. Zelda. No, like Zelda. Like, oh, Zelda, why did you do this? Why don't we have a remake of this? Like, Metroid 35, no one cares about it.
No, people have just given up. They've realised it's taken 20 years for them to finally do another, to actually continue the story. Like, that's how long it's been since the story's actually been continued. Metroid Prime's are set in between titles, and they're not core entries, technically.
Then they completely scrapped the Metroid 4 game and started again with a new studio.
Yeah.
So
though that sounded like it was necessary, but yeah, they don't love it like they love Mario and Zelda. So I think most people just given up. We'll hope for the trilogy, but who knows when that'll happen.
Next one, I won't talk about too much, but it looks fun. It's Back for Blood. I was gonna
Oh
say Left 4
yeah,
Dead almost, but
I just played it
you know,
this last weekend. The beta,
yeah. Yeah, I've
sweet.
been watching some Twitch video. People who play it on Twitch, and it looks just like your
It's
standard.
Left 4
Shoot as
Dead.
many zombies as you can.
It's Left 4 Dead,
Left 4 Dead, but not.
but it totally is. Like it's just copy paste new graphics, and it works.
Is it more gory?
Oh yeah.
Was Left 4 Dead just a little bit more like kids rated
Well, the
or
first one
not?
was kind of full on. Then the second one, the Australian censors got at it, and so
Oh
like you
no!
kill a
God,
zombie, it just hit the ground and disappear.
goddamn Australians!
Yeah,
People that don't play games.
exactly. Old people.
Like, yeah, old people that say Grand Theft Auto is a terrible game and it influences young people.
Yeah, they got no idea.
Have you? I'm sorry. Have you played Mortal Kombat or especially 11?
Yeah, but they even tried to censor some of the Mortal Kombat's before these most recent ones as well. Like they
Oh.
really went for it.
I mean, like when they punch them in the guts or something, you see the X-ray version of
Yeah,
their bones breaking or spleen splitting apart or whatever. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. No one
no one
thinks
cares.
about that.
Who cares?
No one cares. Oh, because its
They're
name's
fighting.
not
What do you
Grand
expect?
Theft
That's
Auto.
realistic.
Realistic. It's not called Grand Theft Auto. If it was
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto Fighter, oh, look
Look
out.
out.
Yeah. The next one, Mario Party Superstars.
Yeah, right. Go on, explain.
Because-
Like I've got that on my list, but I wouldn't have made a big deal about it.
Because I haven't played a Mario Party game since 3.
Oh, by the way, Back for Blood's on Game Pass too.
Oh, there you go. Didn't even know that. Oh, yeah, I did. It said pre-install it. It was like
Yeah,
till
that
next
was
month.
that was one of the ones in the Xbox conference.
Like 2 months, yeah. But yeah, because I haven't played Mario Party since 3, and I'm pretty sure this one just has like games from the previous.
Yeah,
Mario
I think
Parties?
so. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
And mostly the 64 ones as well. The
Well,
best
there you
ones.
go. Yeah, so I thought, well, I haven't played the other one, so why not just get all the good fun games from previous games and just play it in this one? And I'm sure as hell it's way better than Mario Golf, because
Wouldn't take much.
I'd say if I play for more than 2 hours, it's already done its job. Say
Yeah.
that much.
Yeah, that's about right.
The next one, we're going into November now. Might leave that one till oh no, we'll talk about Forza 5.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah, good.
Games,
Forza Horizon.
Games Pass. Games Pass and detailed cactuses. That's all I care about.
Yeah. I mean, the
And
Forza games are great. Horizon's definitely better than the main series, but yeah,
And
This is awesome.
EA should really take a leaf out of what's their name? I forgot what the developer's
There's
name is. It's
Turn 10, which does
Playground?
Motorsport, and Playground that does Horizon. Yeah,
Playground. Okay, Playground. Where they get a developer to talk about the game and show you the actual game. Don't do what EA does and just like get some developers to sit there for 45 minutes and talk about a game and show no gameplay. Because I know it's harsh to say, no one cares. People want to see gameplay. It's even better when you get developers talking about gameplay while there is actual gameplay.
gameplay. How novel.
How novel. Just talking about they took 40,000 photos of a cactus. And look at the cactus. It looks good.
Unbelievably good. And
Unbelievably
again,
good.
they've managed. This is like the 4th or 5th Forza game since the last Gran Turismo came out. So what the hell are they doing over at Sony?
I think they're just studying
Yeah, let's see how to make a good one because we seem to have forgotten
a good cactus or a game
both.
or both.
Yeah, probably both.
Or maybe they'll make it all these good cars and Forza came out with a better looking one. They're like, damn it.
I'll give them credit. Gran Turismo definitely looks better. Typically, you know, obviously when you release one and a Forza at about the same time, technically the GT games do look better. But in terms of options and the way you play, Forza's kind of lapped them. For one of yeah, fuck it. I was.
Who
trying
would
to
have
use a
thought that would
pun
happen?
intended.
Who would have thought that would happen?
Yeah,
No one.
no one.
Or
GT was just the king
PlayStation-
of the world.
PlayStation fanboys are like still in denial as
yeah.
we speak.
GT's still way better.
Oh, but still, $80 a year for PS Plus or whatever it is.
You can play GT Sport in VR, but can you do that with a? Oh, I'm a
No.
PlayStation guy, and I still can't stand the stupidity that goes on.
No, but can you have your own customizable controller?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
That's bad boy. I got red, and midnight black or whatever they called it, cosmic red and midnight black, and white.
Plus
I've
your
got
white one. Oh, I was going to say there it is there, but that's a Switch controller.
Yeah, the The basis
Zone.
of the Zone controller.
There it is. And then my second last game, I'm not going to talk about it too much, Advanced Wars,
Oh, yeah.
because that's not on Games Pass. I know that for sure. But I did play a little bit of Advanced Wars back in the day on the
Game Boy Advance.
Was it Game Boy? No. What's the one? I forgot what it's called.
The DS.
DS.
Were they on
just
the DS?
There was an Advanced Wars on the DS.
Oh, really? I'll check.
I've got it. No,
You weren't
might be
playing a Game Boy Advance game on the DS, were you?
let me just go get my DS.
I thought the whole Advance Wars thing was because
Hopefully,
Advance
still in
Wars
there.
Advance Wars
brain
Dual Strike
training.
was a DS game. So, sorry. Yeah, you're right. There's Advance Wars came to the Game Boy Advance initially, and then there was Advance Wars Dual Strike that came to the DS.
Dark Conflict. That was the one.
Which one?
Dark Conflict.
Dark Conflict. Was there a third?
Yes, it's
Or was it like
maybe?
Was it like a rename
Could be. I don't know.
series? Wars. Very general Nintendo.
Series Wars. And then my final game.
Oh yeah.
Well, you look up.
Advance Wars.
Go on.
Advance Wars Black Hole Rising, which is a Game Boy. So yeah, sorry. Advance Wars and Advance Wars 2 were both Game Boy Advance. Then there's this Dual Strike, which potentially another name elsewhere. Then Advance Wars Days of Ruin, which was on the DS as well, and then that's it. So I reckon. What was yours called again?
Dark Conflict. I don't know. Pretty sure it's Dark Conflict. Let me get it out again. Yeah. Oh well, doesn't matter. And my final game, just for a laugh, is Farming Simulator 22.
Nice.
There's nothing I like more than a silly simulator game.
Are you
Speaking
actually
of
going to buy this game?
I don't know. I've still got Autobahn Simulator, which I brought like a month ago that I haven't yet played. Plus, what just remembered, probably should get onto Flight Simulator. Games
Oh yeah,
Pass.
Game Pass. Look at you,
I'm not sure if
you
I-
Xbox shill.
Well, I don't know if I really want to sit there for like 12 hours flying a plane.
Nah, set it to autopilot and
Just walk off.
hope that it arrives where it's supposed to.
Yeah, just hopefully it lands on the ground and I'm fine. And that
And if
is
not,
me done.
We'll just play it by ear from there.
I'll have to start again. That'll be devastated. Restart my 6-hour flight. Damn.
Yeah, just crashed and burnt. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here. All right, so my list is fairly long. There's obviously a few that you kind of addressed through that, so I'll kind of piggyback. We obviously mentioned Hades before. I'm just super excited to go play Hades. I've had it on the DS on the Switch the whole time. Probably could have played it on PC as well, but no, I wanted it on my PlayStation. I want to ping some trophies. So I waited and waited and waited, and now this week it's finally coming. 12 minutes you mentioned before, yeah, super keen on that. That storytelling is going to be, I expect to be pretty sweet, and then they've got some really talented actors on it as well, so should be the whole package. One that I hope that I'll be playing sometime soon, but well, I mean it's coming out soon anyway, but even sooner if all things go well. Come on, PlayStation. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. I want to try out, not because I want to replay the entire game, because I mean I probably would if I had more time, but I want to try out this DLC.
DLC. Why couldn't they just bring it to PlayStation 4 as well?
The DLC is coming to
Scumbag.
PS4.
What is it?
Yeah, it's coming to PS4 as well.
Oh, what the hell is this whole director's cut crap then?
It's them trying to sell you in a whole new game. You can just
Swords, walkie talkies.
You could just buy the DLC separately.
Oh, well,
On
there we
PS4.
go then. How come they didn't
I
advertise
think it
that?
costs
then?
like 20 Aussie dollars or something for the DLC, 20 or 30 Aussie dollars for the DLC, and then if you want to get on PS5 later on, I think they're just going to hitch up for $10 to upgrade it to the PS5 version. So I'll just upgrade to the PS5 and get the DLC all at the same time, and not have to go buy a physical, like a new version of the game or full version of the game.
Why don't they tell me these things?
They did.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
But
I
it was
just saw directors.
Just to go back to a conversation we had in a recent episode, the PlayStation blog is not as good as you think it is, PlayStation. And that's the issue here. There's a few people missing a memo there, but thinking it was only
Can't believe
PS5.
I can't believe we're going back to the PS blog
Yeah,
again.
we'll keep smashing that blog because it's kind of
Just
shit.
say, it's my new favorite thing to talk about now.
Psychonauts 2. So
Yes.
it's obviously coming to Game Pass. I'm going to get on PlayStation simply because I'm an idiot and would rather spend the money. But no, it's a trophies thing. Like I played the original on PlayStation. When it came across, I played Rhombus of Ruin, which is the VR game on PlayStation, and I want the trophies. I want everything, and I assume I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that there's not a Psychonauts 3, because then that really screws me if I have to jump across then. But this one had to come to PlayStation because it was crowdfunded in the first place, and when this well before they got picked up by Microsoft, so there was always going to be a PlayStation SKU as a result. So that's great. I'm umming and ahhing about No More Heroes 3 because that comes out this month.
I saw that.
I struggle to really get into the others, so it'll only be if I have a little bit of time, or I don't know, I'm lucky enough to take on the game for review or something like that. Then obviously, if I take it on for review, I'll obviously have to play it. But they're probably the only circumstances where I'll actually play it. Otherwise, it'll probably just be ignored. But it's on my list to keep an eye out for anyway. One game that I think is criminally being under-recognized by a lot of people. I don't know if it's necessarily 100% up your alley, but there's some aspects that might be kind of cool to you. It's called Baldo the Guardian Owls.
I may have heard of it.
It's got I've been banging on it a little bit about it on
it's
Twitter lately.
Nothing about the owls thing that's like, wait, I've heard that.
No one really talks about the subtitle on it. Hell, I didn't even really know what the subtitle was for a long time. I just knew it as Baldo, or Baldo. I don't know how they pronounce it. They're Italian developers, so I'm not going to... Baldo. Sorry, apologies for the horrible Italian accent.
Do it in your best Super Mario voice. Baldo.
It looks like a Studio Ghibli, like Ni no Kuni and Studio Ghibli stuff, but then it has some RPG stuff, but also apparently a lot like Zelda. From all the reports I've heard from IGN, because IGN just seem to be the only ones getting dibs on this. I've even hit them up on Twitter like, hey guys, where can we speak when it comes to review codes? Silence. I'd like to get my hands on this early and cover it, because it's a game that I think is being criminally under recognized by people, and I think could be brilliant. So one to keep an eye out for in the next few weeks. Shifting on to September, where I mentioned there's a ton of games.
11 games.
You did dress a couple of them, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, yeah.
4.
Well, that makes things a little bit easier. Fist. Forged in Shadow Torch, which is a Chinese developed game. It's got this ultra realistic looking rabbit with like a mech arm, and it's a whole bunch of animals being badasses in like some like heavy metal sort of setting. It looks really cool, and I'm keen to try it out. I think they debuted at a State of Play last year, and I really dig what it looks like. So that's coming out September 7th, both PlayStations, PS4 and PS5. The Artful Escape, which is another game coming to Game Pass. That's an Aussie developed game. Could be a good stoner trip style game. So I just need to be a stoner, I guess. But no, it's just hyper bright, really vibrant colors, some really weird energy. It doesn't necessarily speak to me 100%, but it could be good to just try it for an hour or two, and who knows, maybe it'll grab me. There seems to be a lot of buzz about the game.
Maybe it'll make you stoned by the hour you're done.
Yeah, it could be that.
Oh.
And yeah, congrats to the Aussie team working on it. Speaking of colours, Life is Strange True Colours.
Yes.
Not been super big. Well, I've been really harsh on Life is Strange ever since the first season, because I got really fed up with the number of times they said hella. Everyone else loves Life is Strange. Yeah. It's hella cool, or it's hella this, or hella that. I'm like, It's just, it felt like I understood they were going for a period in time where maybe the word hella got used a little bit, but
yeah,
they overdid it. They overdid it still. And it just frustrated me. So it kind of soured the whole thing for me. It's like, okay, the whole thing's about a narrative, and it's all story stuff here, and the way you're telling it's giving me the shits. So that was it. I was out. But I'm keen to give him another go, because I've heard only really positive things about Life is Strange 2 Before the Storm, which is the prequel to the original one, and even I've just gone blank on what the game was from last year. Shit. We've got a baby going off in the background.
Oh no. Speed run.
No, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. I'm just going to message the wife for some help. So, anyway, continuing on with the list. Everything's all resolved now. So, from there, we've got Tales of Arise. Big meaty JRPG, the Tales franchise I really like. Keen to get into that. September 10th. There's a whole bunch of games coming out all on the 10th. Life is Strange, Tales of Arise, Lost in Random, which was a game that we saw at the EA thing recently. Kind of Tim Burton style look about it. Which hasn't totally been my vibe in the past, but it looks pretty cool. WarioWare, Get It Together is also out on the same date for the Switch. That'll be good for like 10 minutes. Or 10-minute intervals.
Wow.
I don't know. Whatever. Could be okay. That's about it. Next up from there is... We mentioned Deathloop before. We mentioned Skatebird before. We mentioned Kata Bridge of Spirits before. And we mentioned Diablo before. Death Stranding comes out after that on the PS... So another director's cut. And I just didn't play it last time around. So I'm keen to just try it out and see how it all goes. Problems resolved, everyone. Baby has been... scooped up by mum, so no issues there. As in her mum, not my mum. My mum didn't just miraculously... I didn't wait 10 minutes for my mum to drive over. So, yeah, look, I'm keen to try out Death Stranding. Like I didn't last time around. It just came out at a bad time. Jedi Fallen Order was coming out. There was other games I was really keen on and just didn't get to it.
Been out for 2 years.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It was a Game of the Year contender in 2019. I know, 2020 did a number on all of us. And even 2021's been pretty shit too.
Kind of forgot that 2020 existed, to be honest.
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
crazy.
This will be finally my chance to play it, I think. But there's also still a ton of games coming up around it. So I could find another excuse to not play Death Stranding. We'll see what happens. Sable, which we saw the demo out. It's got this really interesting art style. You're kind of on like a sand, I don't know, like a sand speeder sort of thing, Star Wars style, I guess.
Oh, right. Yeah, I gotcha.
Does the game ring any bells with me kind of describing a really quirky art style in this sand thing? You should check it out. Like, visually, it looks amazing. We've got a player 2 plays up there from when the game was demoed recently, and I really enjoyed what I played there. To the point where I was like, I need to stop it here. Like, I don't want to play any more of this. I just want to wait for the final game. So, I was pretty sold with that. I do have Lost Judgment on the list. Do you remember Judgment? It's kind of the spin-off from Yakuza.
Yeah, so like the Yakuza. Yeah. I forgot about that game.
I've got it on the list. Like, again, it'd be one of those that if the circumstances are right, but I haven't played any Yakuza games or Judgment. So, probably not a great time for me to get in on it, but we'll see what happens. Astria Ascending is the last game from that month. Really weeby JRPG. Definitely won't do it for you. And look, if I get time, that's one of those that, like, if I get time for it, which is not going to be easy at that time of the year. 11
games.
Yeah.
In 1 month.
So I'm not going to have time, most likely.
Yeah.
Unless we have a lockdown through all of September. And the way we're going, you never know. We could be in lockdown 9 by then. October, you've mentioned a couple of these games consecutively. Far Cry 6, Metroid Dread, Back 4 Blood. Dark Pictures is the latest one of those. So the horror games. So there's Man of Medan and Little Hope. They're all kind of spin-offs of Until Dawn from the PS4 a couple of years ago. It's like this horror anthology. They're putting one out basically every year, about 3-4 hours long. Story choices, all that sort of stuff. House of Ashes is the latest one. They've taken on a whole bunch of feedback from players in terms of the way it plays and some of that sort of stuff. So the game should be hopefully a lot better. The others have still been solid, but I'm hopeful that the new one kind of ups the ante a little bit. Probably one of the biggest ones for me, and I guess I mentioned it when we had our E3, like our best of E3. Guardians of the Galaxy comes out October 26. Super keen on that. Probably don't need to expand too much on it because we did have an episode where I spent a lot of time talking about it. So more on that in October. Solar Ash comes out the same day. That's the game from the Hyperlight Drifter guys. It also looks a lot like the Pathless from last year.
Forgot about that game.
Yeah, looks really sweet. So Super keen to try it out. Another blast from the past, Age of Empires 4 is coming out on PC.
Oh, yeah, I was having an hour about Age of Empires. It's just, I haven't even played 3. Just
I
played
tried
2.
3 for a little bit, but 2's the shit.
Yeah, the only reason I know about 2 is we all know why, because it came
YouTube
in
Grain.
a cereal box. Yes. There were like 2 other games as well, but they were rubbish compared to
Nothing
Age of
compares.
Empires 2. I have like 20 copies of that game.
Yeah, I would have had a few. I reckon I tossed a lot of them out in the year
I had a
system.
lot
Why do
of
I have
YouTube.
so many copies of Age of Empires? Bin.
Tony Hawk.
Yeah. And you had to play them on PC, and they're for dorks. The last game for October for me is Mario Party Superstars, which we already touched on. Similar sort of idea. Just keen to get that blast from the past in terms of playing some of those old levels, the best levels and mini games in the Mario Party franchise.
I wonder if that rowing game's in there. That's where
I,
you lose. That's where you lose friends.
Can I get like just anything that makes me just work the stick and destroy the palm of my hand at the same time? So can we have tug of
Blisters on
war
your
and all
hair.
that sort of thing again?
Yeah, at least the joystick won't limp to one side.
No,
these
this beast
days.
will be able to take anything we throw at it. It'll be great. And then that's pretty much it. Like with Forza and what you've got about as many games in the November-December period as I've got. So I've got Advance Wars as well in December. And the only thing I've kind of got noted for
Farming
November.
Simulator?
Hey,
You put Farming Simulator in there as well.
definitely not.
Definitely.
I'll also in October. The news came out today. I hadn't put it in my little app yet. Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town, that came to the Switch a couple of years ago, is coming across to PlayStation. So I'm 100% going to play that and get trophies because I loved it last time. Got it for free for a review, so I can kind of pay it back now. And you watch, I'll end up with a PS4 code and be like, damn, what do I need to buy from you people? But the only other games I've got listed on there is obviously Advance Wars, but Pokemon.
Yes.
Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, or whatever they called them.
Brilliant Diamond.
Yeah.
The rundown names.
Yeah.
The rundown names.
I didn't play, and I've mentioned this in the past when we've had Pokemon-related conversations. Diamond and Pearl and Black and White I never played. So I'm keen to actually take the opportunity to actually play those games and kind of fill in a gap in my Pokemon history, I guess.
Yeah, we'd have to speak about my Pokemon games.
Basically all of them, in the end.
Like I said, I haven't played all of them except Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver. Is it Crystal?
Yeah, Crystal was in that window, yeah.
Then I forgot after that. Black, White.
Ruby and Sapphire. The ones you skipped. Diamond and Pearl, did you play?
Nope.
So they're the two. And then Black and White, you came back. Black and White 2.
White. No, I didn't play Black and White.
Apparently they're the best versions. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when the time comes and they need to remake them or whatever. And then X and Y, Sun and Moon, and Sword and Shield.
Sun and Moon. No, I haven't played them.
Oh, you haven't played those ones either?
I played the Heart Gold one.
Yeah, remakes of Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
I played 20 minutes of Y or X. I can't remember which one.
So there's a ton of stuff coming out. And I mean, what we're not touching on are the likes of, Call of Duty's going to show up eventually. We know that. That's not really for either of us for the most part.
Battlefield.
Battlefield's going to show up. I've got some little games on like a TBD list. Halo, still on track for this year, apparently. The technical preview beta thing that they had on the weekend was huge. Like, everyone who's played it has come away. They're not just positive, like they are losing their shit over the thing. So, I mean, at least in terms of the multiplayer, it looks like Halo is well and truly back. And there's been a leak, or like people found, the voice actor, triple kill or whatever with the voice that he does.
Yes.
He says Battle Royale. So people are losing their mind because, oh my God, Halo might get a Battle Royale mode. And it was just kind of buried in the code. So we'll see what happens
Maybe that's
there.
just trick people, just trolling them.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be a case of like when there's, some sort of, the equivalent of like an all-in brawl where there's like 5 or 6 people all duking it out in the same spot and he just goes,
like
Battle Royale in the background. Because that'd be kind of cool. But, I mean, if Halo, like the core Halo experience is as good as what everyone's saying, and then they drop a Battle Royale on it, this could be exactly what the Halo franchise needs to kind of get back up on its feet, especially if the campaign ends up being pretty good as well. and they got all the right talented people in the last 12 months to fix the game up and get it to where it needs to be. So I'm feeling pretty confident about Halo and the direction it's on, even though I didn't actually get to play it. I've only heard unanimously positive things.
Yeah, it's coming from like a demo as well, which is very surprising for demos, because usually here, nah, it sucks, oh, it crashed, or oh, this doesn't work, or that, but
100%.
Not Halo.
Nobody Saves the World comes from Drinkbox, the team who did Guacamelee 2, Severed, all that sort of stuff. Their new game comes out and it looks really, really cool. It's coming to Xbox. They've defected. They've jumped ship. They PlayStation propped you guys up and you bailed on them.
No. You know what Xbox said? We don't have a blog, no, right? We're coming.
Yeah, we're coming. We don't have to do the blog anymore.
Like, cool.
So, yeah, I don't blame them, really. But the game looks pretty sweet. It's keen to try that out. Sifu, I don't think... No, they delayed that. That's not coming out this year.
Seafood.
Sifu. Like...
Oh, foo.
Yeah, Sifu.
Was it the combat one we were talking about?
Yeah, that looks pretty sweet. They've delayed that, so I can take that off my list.
Yeah.
And then little Aussie indie, and that's maybe a little bit of bias kicking in. Unpacking from the team who actually did Assault Android Cactus back in the day, twin stick shooter and whatnot. It was really, really cool. And now their next game is about you unpacking, like you've moved house and you're unpacking all your stuff and reassembling the place and basically building the story out of that. It just looks really novel and just kind of
fun.
A kind of zen sort of experience. So it'd just be a nice relaxing sort of thing off the back of a crazy day or something like that, to just sit down and build your bedroom basically, or build the kitchen or whatever, and kind of unravel the story as you do it. So that's going to be kind of cool.
IKEA pack 101.
Pretty much. Any other cool stuff that's speaking to you?
Well, I would have said Horizon, but that's not coming out. Well, we don't know yet. It's not officially delayed, but yeah, that's really it.
Yeah.
Don't think there's really much else. Because before this conversation we were going to have, I just thought, nah, can't remember anything.
Did you say there was like 2 games?
2 games.
You end up with 11.
I just had no idea. And then I looked at the list and went, oh. It's like, oh, there's that game, there's that game, there's that game. Like, how the hell did I forget about all these games?
Yeah.
I think it's just because all the games I was looking forward to have already come out.
It's been a good year so far, despite all the COVID stuff and the complications. There's been some really good titles, and there's still some pretty cool stuff to come from indies, from AAA. People should be excited. But like I said before, if there's any games that we haven't discussed or you felt like we treated poorly, we didn't give them the respect they deserved, shout them out in the comments, hit us up on Twitter, whatever the case happens to be.
We don't want your damn opinions about Blizzard either. We don't care.
Yeah. We understand
people... we don't.
The whole Blizzard thing is a bit fickle for everyone at the moment. If you want to buy the game, buy the game. If you don't want to buy the game, don't buy the game. I think we're probably both of agreement where we'd respect people whichever way you go at this point. There's reasons to buy it. There's reasons not to buy it. We don't blame anyone regardless of the decisions they make. So
just don't rip into people like streamers or that for playing Blizzard games.
Yeah, they're not necessarily shills. Well, they might be actually getting paid to play the game. Who knows? But
apparently from what I heard, they don't pay very well.
Oh, really? They're not paying streamers and not much.
Yeah, I think I could be wrong on that.
Oh, well,
I've heard people talk about saying
another black eye for them.
Yeah, take that.
So, well done, Blizzard, Activision, you're killing it. Anyway, we'll wrap things up there. Like I said, let us know in the comments if there's any we missed, anything that we've not recognised at all, because it's a big, long list that's out there to work with, and probably more stuff that's getting announced daily, like the Story of Seasons thing. That was today. But anyway, that's it. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all the buttons down below. Hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted to every new video that goes live on the channel. That includes more patched Player 2 plays, Gamer School, and a whole bunch more. I'm closing that gap in terms of how, but I think I've screwed it up in some Player 2 plays recently. Anyway, some cool stuff there, so please be sure to subscribe and go and check it out. Visit the website, player2.net.au, for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series, Patched, the Player 2 Pixelcast, and Dev Diary, where I can already announce who the next guest is, because he kind of tweeted it out like a month ago, didn't hide it. John O'Peck, friend of the show, friend of Player 2, friend of mine for a few years now. He's coming on the show because his most recent game, Trigger Witch, came out just the other week, working with the team at Rainbite, and it is really awesome. So go check out the podcast. It goes live on Thursday morning.
Did you put in player 2 cooks as well, or no?
Oh yeah,
Or was
player
that,
two cooks. I don't. Matt does not want me to commit to it in any of these wrap ups because then it becomes like baked in as a part of the thing, and it's just expected of him. And he doesn't want to be wholeheartedly committed to it. As cool as these player two cooks videos are, go and check them all out. Tied in with our Skyrim, sorry, not Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Online hot sauce competition. Where are we up to? Patreon. Patreon.com/player2au. Kicking a few bucks. Lower tiers early access, high tiers monthly episode exclusives. And finally, there's Twitter. Matto, where can you be found?
Matto_Phil.
Paul James Games for me. Thanks a lot for watching. See you later.